I am Moud Goba. I work with Micro Rainbow, an organization that is working with LGBTI, asylum seekers and refugees. I am also involved with UK Black Pride in community engagement. As a refugee myself from Zimbabwe and a lesbian, I understand the challenges. This has made me passionate about LGBT rights and human rights. Micro Rainbow works with LGBT asylum seekers in 3 ways. The first is tackling homelessness. We do this through our safe housing project. We have safe houses in London, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds and Liverpool area. The second way is tackling the extreme isolation they face. We do this through our weekly social inclusion workshops. These take a holistic approach and look at mental health and the well-being of LGBT asylum seekers. And the third way is through the provision of move-on support. This support is for new refugees, and we support them in finding jobs and in finding more permanent accommodation, further education, or anything that helps them to facilitate that move on. LGBTI asylum seekers and refugees face additional challenges because of their sexual and gender identity, along with other challenges that refugees face, such as racism, such as xenophobia. They face all that. But can you imagine having come to the UK thinking that you're going to be safe, and you go on to face challenges such as homophobia and transphobia? This happens to LGBTI asylum seekers. When they are placed in government accommodation, sometimes they are placed with other refugees from their home country, or with people who will abuse them because of their sexual or gender identity. This leaves them either hiding away or running away from these accommodations and homeless. To add to that, sometimes they're ostracized by family or people from their own communities or from religious spaces. These spaces are spaces where refugees in general get support, but the support is not always available to LGBTI asylum seekers. They tend to experience homelessness and extreme isolation because of this. Furthermore, they experience poverty. When I was an asylum seeker, I was surviving on £37 a week. With this money, it was for your clothing, for your food, transport, and everything else. You do not have enough to socialize. This means that I was often alone and at home. This is true still for a lot of LGBTI asylum seekers. I think, if I'm not wrong, the money has been increased recently to £39. It's still not enough. It means that at this time, people are still living in poverty and alone and isolated. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, we have had to change the way we work. We have seen a demand, an increased demand on our services, especially in homelessness. LGBT asylum seekers who used to rely on friends or sofa surfing or on shelters, this support is no longer available, and often people are finding themselves street homeless, kicked out or pushed out during this lockdown. They are requesting emergency support from us. They're requesting homelessness support from us. We have seen also the rise of number of people who request social inclusion support. We have had to change the way we work, in that we have made our social inclusion support digital. This has enabled us to reach out nationally. People who attend our workshops online are from different parts of the country: Manchester, Bristol, London, and everywhere really. We ensure that we have weekly workshops. Sometimes we have 2 workshops a week. We realize that people are living in poverty. There's such a thing called digital poverty. How do you top up your phone when you are receiving £39 a week? So we ensure that for those who need it, we provide the data to attend these sessions. We do not want to leave people isolated. We have also, for those who live in our houses, started to send them food parcels with the support of different charities, with the support of well-wishers who donate through the Micro Rainbow website. We're able to provide food to the houses. So it is a challenging time for us. It is a challenging time for the people who live in our houses. It is a challenging time for LGBTI asylum seekers in general. There is also an uncertainty around people's cases. What does it mean they are not having interviews, or if they have been refused, what's going to happen? So we have been tackling this through the support of our partners, who are our lawyers who support Micro Rainbow, who have been hosting workshops to tackle the questions that LGBT asylum seekers might have at the moment. This is us in a nutshell. I have probably left a lot out, but if you want to know more about our work, please don't hesitate to contact us through our website, which is www.microrainbow.org. We are also on Twitter, we are also on Facebook, and on Instagram. If you type Micro Rainbow, you should find us. Thank you.